Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 2 Geography part 3 Abiotic resources land, soil and water. In this video we are going to discuss about water resources, uses of water resources, growing uses of water and conservation of water resources. These are some of the important topics which we are going to cover in this video. Next we have water resources. And water is also very important component of natural environment like land and air. We need water for drinking as well as it provides shelter to many of the organisms. In fact, we cannot think of surviving without water. It is a tasteless and colorless substance which covers about 3/4 of the earth's surface, and as the earth is covered 3/4 of the earth is covered by water, our earth is called blue planet or water planet. Now our earth has fresh water as well as saline water. So 97.3% of earth's water is saline while only 2.7% is fresh. Now in this 2.7% fresh water, about 70% of fresh water occurs as glaciers and ice sheets in the mountainous regions, Greenland and Antarctica. Also we can find the fresh water in rivers, streams, ponds and lakes. Now melting snow is a source of fresh water, and most of the fresh water bodies are inaccessible. We cannot access that. Only 1% of it is available and useful for human beings. Now the ocean contains saline water of earth, and as the ocean water is extremely saline, extremely salinity, it is not fit for human consumption. Water is most precious substance of earth and it is not static. It is continuously moving. Water cannot be added nor it can be subtracted from the earth's surface. So the total volume of earth's water remains constant. Now water from ocean and other used water bodies evaporates and condenses to form clouds, and finally it precipitates back to the earth's surface, and the whole cycle of water circulation is known as the hydrological or water cycle. Now you can see in the picture all water on the earth. We have 97% of saline water, 3% of fresh water. In this we have 68.7% in form of ice caps and glaciers. and 30.1% we have as groundwater and 0.9% as other. Then we have the surface water, which we have 0.3% surface water. So 87% of surface water is in lake, 2% is in river, and 11% is in swamps. So this is the distribution of water on the earth. So you can see the 3% fresh water which we have is not totally accessible. It's not totally available for us. Next we have water, health and sanitation. Diarrheal diseases cause some 6,000 deaths every day. That is caused due to water. Now, a billion people lack access to improved water supply, and if it continues, some 2.4 billion people will be without access to safe water. Access to piped water through household connections in 2002, a graph is given here. So in Asia 49%, in Latin America and the Caribbean you have 66%, and in Africa you have 24%. Now access to sanitation linked sewage system, you have graph. In Asia it is 18%, which is very low. In Latin America and the Caribbean you have 66%, and in Africa you have 13%. So you can see it is sanitation and health is very low. So India has over 60% families who do not have access to water at home. Over 60% families, that is a big number, who don't have water access to home. In 1990 there were 243 million urban and 988 million rural dwellers without access to potable water. So you can see the condition of health and sanitation. Here we will understand the water cycle which is maintained in the nature. So nature maintains the water cycle by circulation of water from the earth's surface by evaporation to the atmosphere and back to the earth's surface as rainwater. So you can see the water bodies are there and water evaporates from the water bodies. So ocean is there, which contributes about 80% of total water vapor in air. So once it is in atmosphere it condenses and it forms the cloud, and then in the form of rainfall, snow, hail, sleet, you will have the precipitation, and again the water is going into the water bodies, and the cycle continuously goes on. Next we have uses of water resources. So water is vital renewable natural resource which can be renewed, and it is necessary for all kinds of living organisms. We cannot think of our life without water. Oceans provide shelters to variety of living organisms, that is plant and animals. About 3.5 billion years back, life firstly emerged in water. Now different types of plants depend on water for their growth and food, and they get water through rainfall and irrigation. Water is also used in industries for processing and cooling. Also, it is used for cleaning in air conditioning machines, etc. It is used for generating hydroelectricity. It is used for transportation purpose. And in early times, water was the most significant mode of transportation. It is also used to meet our daily needs like drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, etc. And it is also used for creating such as recreating such as swimming, fishing, boating, and water surfing. So you can see various water resources. And now we will discuss about the growing uses of water. So the uses of water are increasing rapidly. Recent uses of water like hydrogen fuels are being discovered. And besides, the world is passing through a phase of global warming. And on account of global warming, the earth's mean temperature has gone a little bit higher. And because of this global warming, the consumption of water has risen from about 3,850 cubic kilometer per year, which was in 1975, to more than 6,000 cubic kilometer per year in the year 2000. So you can see it is increased a lot. Now there are three reasons because of which the different parts of the world are facing water scarcity, and that is the changing land use pattern and need for irrigation coupled by inefficient uses of water. Second, the pollution of water bodies as well as degradation of our environment. Next is global warming and drying up of many streams and rivers. Also the groundwater level has decreased in many parts of the world because more of the water are drawn from the groundwater as compared to its replenishment annually. Now many countries of Africa, South and West Asia, Central America, South America and Australia are facing extreme shortage of fresh water supply. The countries situated in the areas of low rainfall and high evaporation are prone to drought conditions, as rainfall is less and the evaporation is high. So there is a kind of drought in those areas, and those areas are really facing a great problem of water scarcity. Now, overexploitation, excessive use, and unequal access to water among different areas are the main factors responsible for water scarcity. It is causing ecological crisis in the world. Now, to come over this ecological crisis, human beings have to conserve and manage resources. Next, we have food and water scarcity. So, food and water are two basic needs of human being, and both are facing not only great inequities but scarcity condition also. So, the condition of food scarcity causes famines, and condition of water scarcity causes droughts. And these both are not favorable for life and economic status of a nation. Now, because of these things, there are many interstate disputes like Karnataka Tamil Nadu dispute, which is over sharing of water of river Kaveri. Internation disputes like India and Bangladesh or India and Pakistan. Now, there are many studies which have been conducted on this. World Health Organization regards water a shared responsibility, and its concern stems from two main aspects related to the water shortages, that is health and sanitation. Now we have conservation of water resources. So the term conservation refers to efficient utilization besides protection, resource improvement and preservation. So efficient utilization is there, and with that protection, resource improvement and preservation. Now this water conservation focuses on several issues like improvement of vegetation, cover to improve underground water resources, rainwater harvesting both for storage and saving wasteful surface runoff. So here we have some of the steps which we can take for the conservation of the water resource. So we can grow different types of natural vegetation to slow down the surface runoff, and the underwater storage can be improved by this. Next we have impound water resources by making check dams. You can see the check dams. Now rainwater harvesting technique can be also used to save the surface runoff. Adequate amount of water should be used in the irrigation process. Now canal lining should be used for controlled water seepage. Now in arid regions, sprinklers, drip or trickle irrigation method should be used in agricultural activities. Also the water should be recycled as coolant in the industries. At home we should also check the wastage of water. Wastewater of kitchen and washing can be used for gardens and toilets. And like this, every member in the house needs to use water economically. And like this, the water resource can be conserved and managed effectively. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video.